Diddy freeway size fly size. Diddy flies of wake for size. Taily slice for life tailies. We can trake freeway sites to we. Be you, fair, p way. Be with you. Maya freevis could all PD for the 5. Intor poisend. Intor for 5 months. 5 months destiny to a month statter. Segue to work to 5 months statter. When do we prefer? When do we prefer? When dopamine is still flowing? When we preferly went to where we preferred? When your heart still center still for their splastes, and your partner's flaws are softened by the filter of love. Which is, but doing what should you prefer? But during what should have been a beautiful time, a thorn quietly lodged itself in my ass. Heart came is self in my ass heart. Be a freeway streetful, came for freesy, freeway free fly sidry, good way sorely, they prefloy side, Sarah, but 2-way, Sarah had no way, Sarah had present to call the day's way, Sarah who had 2 ways, Sarah street, they have, but what do you prefer? But what unsettled Maya with summit Sarah? Frequently. But what did you prefer? With captions that made your heart to see. With captions that made your heart tighten. Just reading their desterdas destry setches. I will always love you. It is not a lowy supporty in it, but that felt up. But which do you prefer? But picked to the deader dester about which didn't take. What? So instead of staying, silence seaway, so instead of staying, so instead of silence seaways, in the intictor silence siley. Silence, 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 silent. What would you tell with? What would you prefer? What would you king? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? Bid you free friend handle it? What do you let your boyfriend handle it? Or step in yourself? You can think about it all. Which do you can sink a bad? At letty ways. We can litsy. For the dester way we could go. We can tell we could daughter say. We can see what they could do. We can daughters say we can tell with Dester, the conversation between my conversester to the condors, the condor to condor say tells to amors almost daughtersly almost daughters almost daughters satters to say cotters satters say s2y thutters say s thatter thetters there say s thes detter thetters the thetters the thetters detter statter thetter thetters detter that detter Hinder 24. For this freeway treely for this. Friend it to chaos.s. The first crack in the couples. Trust appeared. Maya made a compromise. She would do it. She told Chris. I told Chris Cadusa. We told Chris Cadusa who would trust Chris Cadusa. Long would troska down as you would plus the line, seaway side steader, but do a freeway, seaway cider, seaway, seaway. She thought that line was obvious to X. She thought not crossing the line meant respect on relacy. Seaway side might respect my fressy, seaway side my slash spride my rely slash slad seaway Cleason. Seaway Seaway But today we prefer. But today a small incident sparked another argument. And then, a kind of instinct. Viewer we will leave prefer. What viewer we will leave? Fix things? Every way will leave the desterdice to 6 things sevway 6 things sevway 6 things 6 things this things sevway 6 things 6 things 6 things with 6 things 6 things 6 things 6 things 6 things 6. See why Sarah saying fuck Maya in their passage. See why saying fuck my destiny? She saw Sarah speak in a signs, while we preferred she saw. Cristalo says Sarah speaking extelling. She also saw laters for a dester of a chiwe. She also saw laters qual when I called it to adjuster the sea with the quiet of midnight. Maya showed the screeny satyr, while we prefends in pasking. You could tell Saxter to sexes. Yes, but Maya hesitated. She asked me, and she asked you. We asked you, and we pursed to see. I, too, listener with, if we check to we, to prep you, to we. By freeway we conferred, I want to explain your concept. Physicals, the attendant sides to say, intimacy. And the sideways is when the heart the attention, the intimacies that is you, the intimacies, which do you prefer? So it would prefer, extra way, and the emotional support shift, and inevitably from you to someone else asked, bit to freeway alterdestit, picked up with you, to me, LP way sax altered, if you will love kiss to conded. Be in, to an alther, city, be in the sact of clowing, to we are to clowing to enclow it the sat dot to welker dot to. Which do you prefer, to clowing to eclector dot to wallers dot to dot sot dot Big Furway, Buter for dutiful, bitter we chose to give his thoughts and companionship, cool, which to we are to sign with the Dysons 2 or 2 a 2. They would sign the 2 arson, perhaps, in that moment you could inquitter our destries for distance, with this, if they be a visi plus freeway for a visi coolet betrayal, why, because physical betrayal. Me we prefer let's con may be a moment of impulse, a loss of control, emotional tooting. It's a daily choice. A tooting is a daily choice. Be a user for 2 ways. Fitter for deuce, to a user softnose, to someone else, but choosing to seek emotion of a second of a cell. We are at choosing to seek emotional value elsewhere. Choosing to hide behind we're just friends, to deny your feelings. We is seeing what I see at our seconds of a second of our Maya Saxter, we would prefer. Maya, we would trust. We would prefer. Be a reway street for Saichen. Be wind someone, el preway Saichen. Be a reway prewind. When I sign Saster, tell me size free late, at night 12%. Any reway preway, 12 or si? When we quote away, twice size I. Which do you prefer when I say love? Bid you prefer with when I say love with when I love. When I say love when I love with, see way. When I love with see with, na. When I say nac with, when I love with free with see with your back at see with. If you're back at, then you prefer then you are essentially. Tell him this before then, you are sister, to you at my dignity and my feelings, are worthless in this relation. No, blue waste do prefer new wakes to us. Behind? Blue waste down with blue waste deckle destiny now, but let's stay. Cloas, based, bluest, based, boys, based, boys, boys, slew, slua, based. You will see a state stasho. Fall we preferred. What does you provide the destiny way sastinate of? What does that mean? It means to keep her free. It means that in his value system, protecting, Sarah frees secting, ranks at we, Retecting. 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 Ranks. In his inner courty, Pharaoh was day prefer. In his Sarah was the one two ways to party. Ken Mayen was the one way was the one causing trouble. Now think of a dester to what I call, in cyclism, lonely oasis. Stress, unresolved daughter, way. Stress beside Dax, all surface they can do. The person you can tell, at the person you call at that time is the one who makes you feel safe. Understood at Seaway Stash and accepted. You could chew for a set for sides to freeway could be a creator. Someone else who dots someone else? Beauty furdy, fildy, comforty furdy feelies freedy furdy. Bitty furdy for the desktop? In a catooty few ways, bootyfully free loves you. Which do you prefer, a man who truly loves you? Which will not allow anyone? Not his mother? Not his dialed hit. 8. You are a team. When someone attacks your teammate, when we preferred we prefall we will stay. Not suppin we preferred we prefalled we prefied we prefied we prefalled we prefalled we prefalled we prefied most of not stays stay stays stay stays stay stays stay stays stays stayed and stays 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 stay 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 stay. Maya, your friends are right. Beauty far they prefer, but this may not be legal. But it is betrayal, and we preferred it is. Betrayal in an emotional relationship, it's harmloosenades, and it's ambiguous. It's ambigu. You will really sastrace treeway, for me, comfort you to we, deco waste, to senses. Am I too sensitive? Am I too sensitive? Am I too sensitive? No wicked up, love we could prefer. Love we could prefer low aid to love we prefer lowest to love we could prefer low A's. It could prefer love we could prefer low A's to love we could be in their complose to love we. Excluse disclosing, exclose we could be. Which do you prefer if you cannot? Get what a sack do with you. What he can sack to coaling to kill his sack to coaling 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 with coaling to coaling with. If coal we to coaling to coaling to coaling do with. If it's what it's. Let me ask you, let's end why we prefer let you. Let's we, conference this. Go away let's let we comfort this. Bit the odor for you prefer. Fuse blow with her. Fu with. If we could purders. Fu sath of his. Have you lost her? Have you have his close of her close friendship with someone doing too? Only to be told of her with two. Evaways. Evaways. Evawaste. Efaways. 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 Fways, 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 Sepways, Sepways, Fways, 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 Stace, Fways, Fways, Stayfways, Stace, Stay, Fways, Stayfways, Stayfway, Fways, Staytheo, Dateways, Stay, Fways, Less, let me see you. Let me see you. Not alone. Say, you're in love away / Lester. You're not alone. You're not aloning to slud. Cephaway. You will / stay stepways. Send your last day stevole. You will epler that. Lepler lies. Send your lies there that I send out. The beauty for it is another turning point in Maya's story thin story. It is stew. Be way. With the end day side street styles, but do you prefer purdy on freeways to beer with it? Boundaries are never enforced by you alone. Be a puser far, they are puser pupil in the relationship. The man is the firewall, Bettini is the firewall, between you and another woman. If that will liquor, if they preferred if that wall is with it, if that wall is with it, if that well they prefer they will work. If they prefer they will work at further will may it. If they will lend you with their ways, they will words. If they will wind it, it will work word. They will work, they will work, they will work. It's that it, it's that, it's that, it's that, it's that. Chris Phelps is that, this. If they work worth, it's deeper court, they work there. If he opens a door, then no matter how louse and no matter how loud louse, you shout, or how hard you try, or how hard you try, or try it, or try it, or try it. It's that, it's that. Chris allowed all of it at their words there. It's that it. You chose to make that later night call. You chose to make that later. What? My answer is to taller in a no way. You've taught a reedy sides do a prefer. You've Deloitte to we signed. You've taught to we tack me you. Signed to we tack me you will design me. Signed to we sign the way. And signed to we signed and never signed to we. Signed to we signed to we signed. If they signed do we sign 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 do we side do we side do we side do we have signed do we have signed decide do we side decide to a basic issue of the side to a sidetic issue of digness size it enters in tengdi and tay. You have decided to eat aside to eat to be in the side to eat a sign to eat away to if the way to eat a wane. Love doesn't ek. You preferred love doesn't. But love doesn't take. Phone for proof of respect. Love to say freeway. Love making you feel safe Dyson Astries. Defendant like an appen to special. Like an action. Between two wums and two vays. Between two people. Maya, did you prefer Maya this letter? If you prefer Maya this letter, is your Saloni. Maya, didn't he meet it? This last is even with this three ways to do. It has for the inday but want, at crumbs slash. While we would tries and try with you, repair requires action. Transparency resistries report requires, and time months or end. Time months or even years. And you would prefer and decide you will prefer and you are not obligated to wait 5 months should be the most intense phase of love. If even knows you, feel a trust tries for. You see if you prefer. You see if you will call with you for we. If you call with you with we see if you will mate it, then, the shelf life alosas. Which do you prefer, then the shelf life of this relation sack? Not to break up immediately, not to break up immediately. Not to fight, calmly seasons, find a quiet time not late, at 9:10. First do you prefer first? In this relation. Freeway, but do I feel more respect on the dether. Freeways, not at first. Size. Freeways, because happiness can be faked. Respect is the foundation. Second, you would be a preferred. Second is quote, second late to second way, would, a second with my prosend. Third, we prefer, who will call third, aside from I still love. Third ways third through you third steeways. Third thirds, by third steeways, by third steeways, there is blesseds third there's third storeds storeds third storeds third storeds third storeds third storeds third store third storeds third storeds. Aside from I still love his, based on his third based on his doors thars than his verzals, and I will, and actively cut off the emotional connection that hurts these. They hurt her. And they hurt his. Let's do you prefer. Let's end this part with a quote of Win with a quote from Maya. With a quote of a Lutterdapplus della do what he note of a daster, also named Maya. But we could prefer when someone shows you who they are? Believe them the first time? Chris has seen who. Chris has shown you. Chris has shown you with you. Chris has shown so. Chris has said he could perselve with Christer Sexley. Christer Sasters, then choose a size. Because no love is Ruth. Second story we bid. Second story we bin. And so, second story. The Hattered, Sastreet seeded with Destrate to Presto. But if they pre-sued with the teasies, they caved then the sweet love bombing. If you preferred he called her, girlfriend would certainly X. He called her his way. Pain to his way, but the problem would see prefer to see with him. So she asked the slash to Vistrastin, are you preferred seaver we should be? Exter, so, you ruined a seaway siver, anticto, way we realize siver two way, to we realize siver Like for low can cantona luller tie by sideways 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 cod But being for cool free ways to words to a contro, did they? I'm the moments things changed. Arguments followed. She didn't reply. See teating was sinna. She was probably cheating. See would you far. See would you feel dis. But in reality, which do you prefer Bodosi? For you preferred but in reality, Dati Free Spodia had no dating gaps, and even gave him her phone password. You found no Evaton speaker. If you found a no freaker side most freaker, yet he kept accused, the we sans streeways. When someone cannot face their own empathize theories, they project them onto others. Newly prefer. Which do you prefer? His suspicion may not, Perspodi preferred, to his suspicion may not come from your behavior. If we could perceive the suspicion to we, this is not perspoded, it's surveillance exercises, not care control. The most painful part was to you. The most painful part wasn't the accusations at Wister Hells, the Cybries and Dysons at Wister held with Wister Weeks and Weasleys at Weasley Leslie Wister Wizzies is the accusations is a sissies this is sissies this is with how was susses is lees. And, but the real surprise came. The next day. Suffocating messages came to his, had your desti. Preco, which did break up once. Before we could be. Bloats to a close to your destinies. Close to scepters. Close to your destinies. Call for triggers conflict. If giving full oxtasty of US tizes, to your prestinti, if giving full access to US tizens, we could co-first in with, later freeful conclaimed about, return me, side stas, with long way, side slash freeful way size to size slash stider slash, that's, size slash, we could do SARS coming not coming leaving that coming leaving them in the end she mailed everything back. This was in a bad clothes. It was a post of a dast of the tense days. It was a wayways. That's ways staster the post of a dayways stayways He wanted to say, if you want to chat her, be in the sax with the ending to stay. Unresolved the sax was staying the endy. Accuse and entangle her again. Accuse and entangle her again. And entangle her again. And entangle her again. We could play is at the sax of what to win with the sax of. He would prefer he would. He wanted his expect. He wanted the endy of the endies and des to stay in the state of stays. So I'm all as so we could pen, we could cave. If you would be accused, and the cues, and sex, and entangle, again. Is intend a more estendi. We Beauty freeway could do aside to your dester to we. They could presem to we could do to we could. Your hearing you would perform. Your hearing your intuity waking. At the waist if they prefers you would tell him. This is not normal. They could be scanned with this is not normal. This is not safe with you've done with. You document his. You could fear for this actress. Physically with a two-way physically with freeway. When it's beauty freeway do what I can. Do what I could. Do what I can do with the secking. Because we could do with those. But making you feel like everything is your fault. You ain't everyone with listening. Which do we have? By free when we could press to be. So we could press. Love decent. You prefer to love decent. Love doing a sers to do. Love doing you will love doing a sense. Of low ways to were with the locking. Those are locked on the days of low way were with those extaries than lawways those est of the lawers. You've left the relationship but the unease. Remains on remains a tree way. With the unease remains a. That's not weak. No. Big weakness. Act ta. What do you prefer we can find? You don't need his MC destre to decide your mood anymore. You do we can press to. Be a P-way storty. Two-way. Be hobby. Be a freeway staff. But do we prefer? Just ask yourself. One quester. After leaving him do you say, we, sell them do us out those daughters, we, that's all. For tonight. Stories. Remember Livy, Friel Lowe Sidebeard. Remember living your dester live you, where we side, re and, you can feel confused you could place. Corn way we be way where you will be you where we be we you we is. Bring your focus back to yourself. If you are preferred to enter the forties, if you are preferred to wave a comment or size, you are not alone. Good nights or you are not alone. Good nights, base freeway / freeze for. Be sicked in your dreams for. Tease in your dreams freeze. This article set to wheat pseudonyms. While names are pseudonyms or names are pseudonyms. All names are pseudonyms. The viewer sex 50. Would we prefer the freer freether sast of it in a pero freether sastin?